Hi everyone, welcome to today's show. This is Failing My Way in Public to Success, the Mark Sclair podcast. Appreciate you joining us today. To my YouTube fans, anyone that's watching me on the screen, I appreciate it. There's a wave at you. To everybody that's online, on Spotify, on Apple Play, I appreciate you getting waved over the streamlines. So, as you know, or if you don't know, I'm documenting my journey which I'm on at the moment. I also try to give tips along the way, so this isn't just me revealing all, this is kind of me learning and trying to help and inspire others as well. So I'm on this journey at the moment. I recently, I've been in the sales industry about 15 years, but recently over the last year or so, I've focused on building this sales training and motivation company. Now, because of lockdown, because of COVID, a lot of people have gone online, and that is where I'm going, but I just love being in front of people, face to face with people. It's what I enjoy the most. Now, the last 2 days, on Wednesday and Thursday, I had a live sales training event, and it was the art of negotiation. So, I've got a lot of material, I've got like 200 pages worth of material, which I've put into my framework, which is how to build a successful sales career. But every now and then I get asked to kind of drill down and do specific, and this one was the art of negotiation. So I had to put this document together, took over a week to do, and then I've got to make sure that I put it across in a way where people understand and get it. That's so important. The way that I know how to do stuff, I need to be able to convey across to people in an articulate way where they understand and get it. Now I'm going to go more into detail across the next 10, 12, 13 minutes of this podcast about how those 2 days went, what went wrong, what I learned from it, and I hope it helps some of you, gives you some tips. So I did an event last month, and one of the big things which I learned straight away was to see how much sales experience some of these people have. One of the guys that was in the event, you'd thought he'd been in sales industry for ages, but he'd only just transferred over from being like an engineer to getting into sales. So I thought he was this old head and thought he knew so much about sales, but he was the most eager to learn. So one of the key questions I asked at the beginning was, how long you been in the sales industry for with this event? And yeah, there was a guy in there for 20 years, a guy in there for 20 minutes, a guy in there for a couple of years. So a whole range of different people really, which is quite challenging because you're trying to teach a big group of people and there's such a different range of experience, which isn't easy to do because one guy's switching off because he thinks he knows that, another guy doesn't get it because it's too complicated. So it's hard work. You've got to break it down and dissect it and confirm they understand it along the way. Now, one of these guys actually didn't even speak that good English. And I've got, if you can probably tell, I've got quite a thick English accent, British accent. So I really had to slow it down, speak slowly, emphasize my words. And I said to him, I need you to tell me if you do not understand what I'm saying, because there's no point you sitting there agreeing with what I'm saying and you have no idea what I said. So we made that commitment at the beginning. It was slow, but in the end, he was very thankful that I was able to do that and make sure that he told me if he didn't understand something. So yeah, that's important. So if you've got a group of people, find out the sales experience, find out what sort of personality they have. Are they willing to get involved in it? Are they willing to add value? Because when I am doing this training, it's very much interactive. I'm not just going to sit there and present for 2 hours or 5 hours or 8 hours. I ask questions, I do role plays, I get them to get involved. You know, the guy with 20 years sales experience, I lent to him quite a bit. We had a bit of back and forth. The other guys were like, wow, this is good information. But also he would turn and give the other guys advice as well. He'd ask permission first if it was okay to do it. But yeah, it was great. You know, it took, I guess, some of the pressure off as well. And he didn't fit, and I was giving him this platform because he was good at sales. So why shouldn't he be able to give his thoughts? I'm learning from people. You've got someone with 20 years sales experience who's another nationality. So I'm learning about how to deal with different cultures. And then there's a guy with 20 minutes sales experience who is, you know, ignorance is bliss. He's coming into the industry. He doesn't really know what's wrong with it. And that's something to learn from as well, because I think we can all know too much at times. So I wasn't trying to tell him about all the negative stuff really, because he doesn't know it. And if he doesn't know it, there's no need to know it sometimes. So I've got some stuff written down here. As I say, on YouTube, you can see me looking at my work. On Spotify and Apple Play, it looks or it sounds like I'm just going through it and I know exactly what I'm meant to say, but I've got it written down here. So yeah, so I did this 2-day event. It was just great being out in the open. It really was. I love being in front of people, inspiring people, helping them, looking in their eyes, like I'm looking in the camera now, and really conveying my message. Yes, we can do that online, and yes, you're online doing this, but if that guy doesn't understand what I'm saying, I can ask him, do you get what I'm saying? And then we can go through it. With this online stuff, there's no chance of that. If it's live, yes, you can ask a question, but it gets caught up in all the messaging and I'm still trying to present. So yeah, great being out in front of people. Had to wear a mask for the 2 days, which is unfortunately what it's all about. But I think it went okay with that. You know, the feedback was that he could still understand what I was saying, and I guess I'd say a lot with my eyes. Hopefully you can see it on the YouTube video. If you're listening on Spotify, please go onto YouTube and check it out. It's Mark Sclair, Sales Training and Motivation. Please become a subscriber. That would be awesome if you could. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Instagram as well, at Mark Sclair Training. Follow me on there. I put daily content out to help and inspire others with sales tips. I'm doing a 1-year challenge at the moment. So every day you're getting information that's going to help you close those deals and rise up the ranks and get that recognition within the business that we all want. And isn't that what we all want? Money and recognition. Anything else, comment in the box below. Let me know what else you want, and I'll try and put that in with the training which I'm doing at the moment. But a lot of people want money and a lot of people want that recognition. Yeah, so I think I'm covering most things here. As I mentioned, one person barely spoke any English. I had to actually get the guy next to him to translate some of it to him in Hindi. But again, that's me being aware, that's me recognizing that some people I need to deal with in a different way, and he appreciated that. And you know, when I asked somebody to present and their first language was not English, I actually asked them to do it in Hindi, which is interesting because his flow was just completely different. With his English, it was quite broken, but he speaks to people in Hindi mostly. So I was able to give him tips in English. He now puts it across in his Hindi language, but I saw the enthusiasm, I saw the confidence, I saw the way he puts it across, and that was, even though I couldn't understand what he was saying, that was still great. So I'm happy I was able to do that. The sales training was art of negotiation, but I'd probably say that with the guy that was only been in sales for 20 minutes, he was working at the same company. He'd had a transfer from back office to now sales, which is happening a lot. Sales teams or companies are becoming a lot smaller, and non-sales people are being given a lot more responsibility. So I know the company which I just helped, they're doing a course which is sales for non-sales. So if you are interested in that, message me. I'll be able to give you the information on that. But yeah, if you're in non-sales, I've spoken about this before, your skills are still very, very useful and very valuable because you care for the client, and that's the most important thing. Now, if we can give you a way to make sure you're doing that the right way, then you've got that care, and you've got the way to make sure a circle fits in a circle. And that's what these brainy engineers miss. They know all about the product, but they don't know how to put the message across. So I was able to help that guy a lot with it. The art of negotiation might have been a little bit too high level for him, but I had private moments with him where I gave him some good, basic, intermediate level of sales. And as hopefully people realize, I'm not just about doing training on that day. I've asked them to contact me. I've asked them to follow up with me. I'm happy to speak to them. Any sort of role play they want to do, any questions they've got, that's what I'm here for. It's great we did the 2 days, but the truth is you only really learn it in the action, being out there on the front line. So I tried to give them the tools needed to be on that front line. But yeah, as I said, I think it went well. The feedback was pretty good. They get asked to fill out these forms, And actually I got 10 out of 10 for the trainer being good. So yeah, pretty happy with that. Can't get better than 10 out of 10. So brilliant. But from the training which I did, there's still some things which I need to improve on. I've got the work written down, I've got it in front of me, but sometimes I'm not going enough in depth explaining it. So yes, I can, on the surface, I can kind of cover it, but a lot of the time they'd ask me to delve deeper, and there was things which I still need to, that I know how to do, but it's conveying it in a message across that they understand and get, and they can action straight away. Yeah, so there's still things I need to strengthen there. We're just going over 10 minutes with this now. So the event overall, 2 days, art of negotiation. As I said, great to be around people. I learned to understand the experience of the salespeople, different languages, different culture, how to interact. Wearing the mask, still a big issue, but I coped with it well. Don't want to be so much online, so if I have to wear a mask to be in front of people, I'm happy to do it. It's just cool. I just really enjoy being in front of people and helping them. And when they get that aha moment. And when the guy was presenting to me with a 20-year sales experience, he was showing me a proposal that he put through to a client, and he did really well with it, don't get me wrong, but the way he told me, which is what he did, he told me how he told the client about the proposal. Now, we don't tell people, we show them, and we show them by asking questions. So when he was trying to get across to the client about the money they would save because from the electricity from using their product, he was telling them. But I would say, Mr. Client, do you know how much energy you waste per year on using this type of product? And they would say, I've got no idea. You mention that to them, and then all of a sudden something that seems a little bit pricey, you can get that extra money from the money you're saving from your DWA bill, from your electricity bill. But I didn't tell the guy. I asked him first of all, and then he wanted to listen, and then we went through that. So that's so important. And what the guy said to me after that was, he said, I might have the sales experience, but that's why I'm here now, to learn stuff like that from you. So that was awesome. I don't think we would have got that from online. I really don't. He stood up in front of everyone, went through his proposal that he sends through to clients, and yeah, I was able to help him, which was brilliant. And he's going to action it now, and I'm going to make sure he actions it. So to round this off, listening to the clients, understanding the sales experience that they have and not assuming, that's what I learned for this time. I need to delve a little bit deeper into my strength of the presenting and make sure I'm conveying the message right. And yeah, that's it really. That's it really. Like, I'm happy the way it went. I'm very happy. Great feedback, as I said. Now, I've got an event coming up on the 6th of October. I keep talking about this and we're doing videos all week on it. But 6th of October, live event in Dubai. If you're struggling at the moment to make sales, to close deals, to negotiate, to handle objections, all of the things I'm doing, I'm going to round it up in a one-day event. But with that, I know people think, well, you can't cover it all in one day. Well, some of the people are going to be selected to have a focus day where I'm going to come into your office and sit with your team. Now, if you're seeing this, I need you to comment, I need you to message, and you could be one of the lucky people that come into their office and help them on a one-on-one rather than being in this group session. But I've got an offer going on at the moment. It's meant to be 2,700 dirhams for the one-day event, and that comes with a sales training book, which is meant to be 400 dirhams. But there is an offer going on at the moment, and it's going to be at 995 AED. Now, I'm going to over-deliver here, if you don't mind. Do you mind if I over-deliver? Well, for this event, for 995 for one person, and it's meant to be 2,600, remember this, with the book, it goes to 995 for one, but now you get to bring a colleague with for free. So you're not going to be alone, so please message me in the box below, let's have a chat, I'll send you the links, you can sign up for it, but it's going to be in Dubai on the 6th of October, one-day event, hotel location to be confirmed, but there's breakfast included, there's lunch included, you're going to be in a community of people to speak with and bounce ideas off. So I want you at the event. I'm looking at you right now on the camera. You should be at this event if you're struggling to get deals in at the moment. 15 years sales experience, battling through the hard times that you've done as well. I stepped off the plane in 2008 in Dubai, Could have gone back to the UK and my tail between my legs when the whole market crashed, but I didn't. I adapted and I became a success. And that's how I want to help you guys. My experience will help you. So please comment in the box below. Let's have a chat. I'm looking at you. Yes, I'm looking at you. And I'm speaking with you on this podcast right now. So without further ado, that's it for today. Thanks a lot, and I will see you at the event. I'll see you on LinkedIn. I'll see you on Spotify. I'll see you on Instagram. I'll see you everywhere, because I'm going to be everywhere, because I'm trying to deliver as much value as possible and give as many sales tips that helps, inspires, and solves people's problems. Because that's what a salesperson does. He solves people's problems. That's what it boils down to. So that's it for today. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you every day.